Wait, so you want a money story?
A remarkable money moment.
I can tell you three, but unlike any of your other guests, this is going to be remarkable bad mistake moments. How's that?
Awesome. I'm in. I'm
All,
leaning in. Yep.
all right. Many of you may stop listening as soon as you hear these stories because you're going to think like, why am I listening to this dumbass after all the mistakes he's made? So I'm going to tell you about three mistakes I made. So first of all, I was working for Apple. I started in 1983. I left in 1987 because I didn't think Apple could possibly survive. So that's kind of mistake number one, right? Because if I had stayed, I figured that mistake probably cost me $200 million. So that's
Wow.
one story. The second story is that I returned to Apple and I worked there from 1995 to 1997. And this is when Steve Jobs came back. And when Steve came back, I left. So that's mistake number two. That's another 200 million. So right now we're at 400 million. And then 2 years later, I saw Steve at a conference and he asked me if I would come back and run a part of Apple. And I laughed at him and I said no. So that's another 200 million. So now we're at 600 million. So like, I don't know why any of you would listen to the rest of this podcast because this is the guy that lost 600 million with three stupid money moments.
Well, I'm curious, Guy, with that on the table, how do you think your life would be different if you had made different decisions once, twice, or three of those times?
Behind 600 million.
yeah, besides
difference.
the money.
600 million here, 6 million there. Pretty soon it adds up to real money, right? So, how much profanity can your podcast handle? That's a scary thought. Well, I would say that if I had stayed at Apple for mistake number one, mistake number two, or returned to Apple for mistake number three, I would probably be an inexorable asshole who took himself way too serious and started believing my own bullshit that, I caused Apple to be a multi-trillion dollar company. And, I got Guy's golden touch and whatever I touch turns to gold. And I would not have the experience of trying companies, starting companies, failing. I certainly probably would not have a podcast because Apple is very paranoid. And, as you can see from the outside, you only hear about Tim Cook, right? You don't hear about anybody below him or hardly ever. So the concept that Guy Kawasaki could have a podcast and be an Apple executive is a non-starter. Let's just say my decision-making process would be very different from what Tim Cook has done in the last year.
So it sounds to me like while you're calling these money mistakes, that really your decisions created whole new opportunities for you and allowed you to become the person that you are now or continue being the person you were at that point and just getting better at it.
Well, yeah, that sounds like that's worth about $600 million.